Well, people, it has happened. We have retaliated against Syria. News came in a little over an hour ago. I was on the phone. I'm like, I gotta go. Because many of you, like me, like I, was anticipating the strike. And I'm telling you, it makes mathematical sense. You see, God has given me the unique gift of the 5 C's, of clues, of codes, of colors, the confirmation, time, conclusion. I asked God, I'm like, I went back to those days when I was a kid. Why are there wars? And I'm like, God, are there a war? He's like, no, it hasn't been declared on Syria. It's retaliation. So then I listened to the news and they said, yeah, we're struck back. We struck back. Then God whispered something to me. He said, you know, your leaders are at war with you. And I'm like, whoa. So I wrote it down. I said, God, why are there wars? Why, since Donald J. Trump? If there's not a physical war, there's skirmishes. There's a climate. There's retaliation. And I hear people saying, well, Pearson, they struck us first. You believe that? The man been in office for 11 months, maybe 12, I don't know. 11, 12 months. And I would argue anyone. We've had more skirmishes, more tension, more combativeness, whether it's against people or countries and nations abroad. I said, God, why? What's going on? I know you said there'll be wars and rumors of wars. The book of Daniel, the book of Matthew 24. God's like, the war is on the United States to crumble. Wars are being started in one way or another. And you might not believe this, but I want you to hear me out. By us. And I'm going to say allegedly. Whether it's physical war, or chitter-chatter, or tariffs. Because as far as I'm concerned, tariffs are a form of war. This will force us into the one world system. And God broke it down to me just like that. Because we're going to have our own Operation Hammer. You heard me. We're going to have Operation Hammer. They're calling this one Operation Hawkeye because of the soldiers that were killed over in Syria. My condolences. We're going to have one here, maybe 2. I'm just hearing God's voice say this. Well, look, midnight hammer, we could be asleep. We could be asleep and never wake back up. I think it's cold. Think about the wording. Operation Hammer. People, there's a bear out there. I got to spit it out to you in code. There's a bear out there, and he holds a hammer. Ezekiel, Magog and Gog. Operation Hammer. Somebody's holding a hammer. And now we got Operation Hawkeye. January 29th, 2025, a plane was coming from Kansas City. It was over the Potomac River, and a Black Hawk helicopter hit an American Airlines Eagle plane. Black Hawk helicopter over Washington, D.C., Potomac River. What a sight. The perfect scenario, right? Washington. A Black Hawk helicopter hits an American Eagle plane. Boom, everybody dies. Black Hawk. Now they got this one called Hawkeye, Operation Hawkeye. You think these names are just coincidence? I don't think so. I got to decode that because this is coming to me. This other part is just coming to me. But God said we're being attacked by our own leaders. That way we can surrender our sovereignty. You see, the logic is this. If you create X amount of enemies in a short period of time, and then you're hit, when you're hit, our remaining leaders, hint, hint, will convene. And they'll have no other choice but to join the one world system. Now you marinate on that one. I wasn't ready for it, but God gave it to me. But I'm letting you know, we got to get right, stay right, get ready for the flight. We got a madman going on here. I'm going to break it down for you. Listen to this here.
President Trump's response to last week's killing of 2 American service members and a civilian interpreter in Syria. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth calls new airstrikes tonight in Syria a declaration of vengeance against ISIS terrorists. We have Fox team coverage on the breaking story. Trey Yanks is in Tel Aviv with reaction to the strikes, and Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin starts us off with what we know here in Washington. Good evening, Jennifer.
Good evening, Brett. A senior U.S. official tells Fox the U.S. military has struck more than 50 ISIS targets in the past 2 hours following the president's order to, quote, hit them hard after the killing of 3 Americans Saturday, 2 members of the Iowa National Guard and their civilian translator, by a member of the Syrian security forces. U.S. Central Command launched a massive strike on dozens of ISIS targets in an operation called Operation Hawkeye Strike. Iowa is the Hawkeye state. The strikes took place at multiple locations across Syria. The targets include ISIS infrastructure and weapons storage sites. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth tweeted, quote, "This is not the beginning of a war. It is a declaration of vengeance. The United States of America under President Trump's leadership will never hesitate and never relent to defend our people." Sergeant William Nate Howard, 29, of Marshalltown, and Sergeant Edgar Torres Tovar, 25, of Des Moines, and their civilian interpreter, Ayad Mansour Sakat of Michigan, returned home in a dignified
Look at the plane,
manner
1944. Look at the wing, 1944.
Where they were met by the president. The December 13th attack, which took place while a senior U.S. military commander was meeting his Syrian counterparts near Palmyra in central Syria. Afterwards, Syrian security forces helped carry out 10 partnered.
We're coming on the air a little bit earlier than normal because ABC News has just confirmed that the U.S. has launched a large military strike against multiple targets in central Syria. Retaliation for the deadly ambush killing 2 American soldiers and their civilian interpreter, a U.S. interpreter. U.S. Central Command saying American forces are actively executing a large-scale strike against weapons and ISIS infrastructure. In fact, we just heard from Secretary Pete Hegseth, who has tweeted earlier today, U.S. force commenced Operation Hawkeye Strike in Syria to eliminate ISIS fighters, infrastructure, and weapon sites.
X amount of skirmishes, short period of time, we get hit, boom. I just showed y'all some stuff the other day, Economist magazine. This ain't no joke, people. This ain't no joke. Economist magazine, December 22nd, 2012. I'll show it to you again. Welcome, new subscribers. We got to go there, people. We got to get right. The Bible says wars and rumors of wars. Look at this picture. It says it all. Look at this picture. Economist magazine. Look at it. All this going on. America on its back. Washington, D.C. on the ground. Look at that. That means we got hit. Do you understand? That means we got hit. I'll put the video in the link that I did yesterday. We at the end. We're at the end. ISIS. It says ISIS on the bandana. Hitting Israel. All this at one time. So when America gets hit, it's over with. This is one aspect of how they get us in the one world system. They got to hit us at the knees. I'm looking at the wording. Operation Hawkeye. Operation Midnight Hammer. You know who got a hammer overseas. Somebody told us 4 months ago, you got big shores. I got to get up out of here. I don't know about y'all. It's over with. I love the country, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This thing is set up. Operation Hawkeye come out to 111. What is 111? The Pope died on the 111th day of the year. In my mind, it means death, destruction. On July 4th of this year, they had the heavy rains in Texas. The mailbox I showed had 111. The sole survivor of the India airplane crash. Only one guy survived. He was sitting in seat 11A. A is the first letter of the alphabet. So 111. A, 111. Come on, man. It's right here. And y'all saw, I just showed y'all the film. There's Trump saluting. There he is right there saluting. But what does this have? What is that? They show you the plane. 1944. Baby, that's World War II. They telling us. They brought the servicemen back in a casket. But the plane just happened to say 1944? Come on, man. Come on. Woo. They're telling us, and they're setting us up, as far as I'm concerned. I listen to the Spirit of God. I don't listen to man. I listen to God. Now look at here. December 13th, that's when the servicemen were killed in Syria, December 13th. Okay? Now, it's called Operation Hawkeye. Now, also, December 28th, 1946. What was that? Iowa. It's Operation Hawkeye, where it's out of Iowa. Because Iowa is the Hawkeyes, right? Yep. Iowa became the Hawkeyes. Was that the football, right? What's the date here? Right here. Look at the date. Iowa became part of the United States December 28th. Okay. So December 28th minus today's date gives you 11/22. They're pointing at Kennedy. They're pointing at the assassination. Look at it right there. December 28th, the Hawkeye State, 2024, last year's birthday. Today's hit, December 19th. The difference is 11/22, right there. 11/22. What happened on 11/22? Kennedy assassination. They're telling you. They're telling you what's coming. Trump not gonna be here. He gonna be going some. He be done what he gotta do. He going to play golf. They setting us up worldwide so we can get hit. I'm telling y'all, I don't like it, but I gotta tell you. There's your receipts. 11/22. They teach future past. When they do these events, they teach future past. Watch how it come together. There's Trump's birthday, 6/14. Let's put it together. Then we got 6/14 minus today is 79 weeks. Look at this. Look at this. 6/14, 1924, Trump's birthday. December 19, 2025. The difference is 79 weeks. Trump is 79 years old. I took his birthday and subtracted it from this. I took Trump's birthday last year and subtracted it from today, and they give me 79 weeks, and Trump's 79 years old. Come on, man. This thing gotta be plotted. Hegseth, that's his birthday, June 6, 1980. Going down the road. June 6, 1980, subtracted from today, gives you 614. It's gonna blow your mind. I tell you, it's gotta be set up. Look at this. June 6, 2025. That's Pete Hegseth's birthday right there. June 14th. No. June 6, 2025. Pete Hegseth's birthday. December 19th, 2025. That's today. That's when the bombing hit. We hit Syria. The difference is Trump's birthday, 614. People, these are mathematical improbabilities. This thing was set up. It had to be set up. It's calculated. 6/6 is Pete Hegseth's birthday. Today is 12/19. The difference is 6/14. That's Trump's birthday. This is all set up. Then look at this. September 1st through September 2nd. There's your wars. There's your war dates. Right here. Here's your war dates. September 1st, September 2nd, 1941 to 1945. That's World War II. That's World War II. That's why you saw the plane said 1944, allegedly. They tell you the war is coming. The plane said 1944, did it not? Come on, man. Take 9/2, the end of World War II, 9/2/2025, the anniversary, from today's date gives you 108. It's right there. Look at it. September 2nd, 2025, anniversary. Last day of anniversary of World War II. Today is 12/19. The difference is 108. What's 108? We just celebrate the 108th birthday of JFK. See that? See how they tell you? They're telling you. He left, Trump gonna be leaving. Now, let me show you how they put it together. You take 9/1, the start of World War II, subtracted from 12/13, the day that our people got hit 6 days ago and died. The guys, the two GIs from Iowa. So September 1st, December 13th. September 1st, 2020, what's that? 2025 anniversary, the start of World War II, right here. December 13th, the day that our people just got killed over in Syria. December 13th, the difference is 316. Like John 3:16, it's a sacrifice. Then you got what? You got 12/19 today minus JFK's birthday. 12/19, 2025. 12/19, 2025, today's hit in Syria. And you got May 29th, what's that, 2026, JFK's birthday. The difference is what, 5/14. What is 5/14? Israel became a nation in 5/14. That's your big war. We got all this going on. They're going to cut us off at the knees. We're not going to know who hit us. We might be asleep tonight and get it. I'm telling you. Now, back in the day, JFK's boat was hit, PT-109. I've told this story before. JFK was on a boat, and he became a hero because he saved a lot of his people. He was on a boat, August 2nd, 1943, PT-109. Here it is right here. August 2nd, 1943. He was in World War II. Now check this out. When you take that date, August 2nd, make it 2024, subtract it from today, you get 72 weeks, and I'll break it down. August 2nd, 2024, here you go. August 2nd, 2024, from today, December 19th, the difference is 72 weeks. What's 72? The 72nd day of the year is March 13th. The 72nd day of the year is March 13th. What is March 13th? What is 313? That's when Pope Francis became the Pope. You see, we're gonna when all this stuff hit, when we wake up to a one world system, we're gonna have a new religious system, a new political system, new economic system. It's all being planned. The last 11, 12 months, you know, we ain't never had nothing like this. We didn't have our stuff back in the day historically. But all this stuff the last 11, 12 months, I said, God, why all these wars? Why all these skirmishes? Back and forth. God's like, I told you, Daniel 9:27, the 9th chapter, and Matthew, the 24th chapter. Wars and rumors of wars. How? They're starting them to weaken us. We're doing it, as far as I'm concerned. I believe God told me we're doing it. Because the Antichrist wants to take the whole kingdom. He wants to take France, England, Britain. He wants a world skirmish. That's what he wants. And so he's making us have too many. Too many will weaken us. We stretch ourselves thin like Rome did. You understand what I'm saying? Now, here's your receipts. March 13th, the Pope became the Pope. March 13th, Pope Francis. Plus, Pope Catholic, JFK Catholic. It all come together. Now let's listen to JFK back in the day. He was on his ship when it got hit. His ship got hit. Listen.
Do you mind recalling how this episode began?
Well, we were Pat McMahon and I were on board the PT-109. We were sunk the night of August 2nd, 3rd, 1943. While attacking a Japanese destroyer off of Kalamangara Island in the Central Solomons.
Was everybody flung into the water then, all of the men?
Well, the boat was split in two. We hit almost head on, and they were going about 40 knots, and we were going at about 12 at that time, and the crew was divided. Some went on one side of the destroyer, and some went on the other.
Was any of the crew lost at the time?
Yes, two were lost, and some of them were taken under the destroyer and came up at 100 or 150 or 200 yards away from them.
Just like I reported about a month ago, there were two lost that were shipwrecked that we hit in Venezuela, two. And I showed how we repeated history. This Kennedy thing is key. We're repeating history. That was, and remember, Albert Pike, he said he had a dream. He wrote a letter. They say he wrote 3 world wars. We've already had 1, 2, 3 is coming up. And let me go back to this other video because I want you to see this again. Right there. You can see it. President Trump is saluting right there. He's saluting. There's the casket. And you're going to see the plane. Look at the wing.
Senior U.S. military commander was meeting his Syrian counterparts near Palmyra in central Syria. Afterwards, Syrian security forces helped carry out 10 president. The December 13th attack, which took place while a senior U.S. military commander was meeting his Syrian counterparts near Palmyra in central Syria. Afterwards, Syrian security forces helped carry out.
That's why I made. That's why I did that for you, so you can see World War II. World War II, right there in our face. They're bringing it, and they're telling us. My name is Crenshaw Pearson. I'm going to keep praying. You keep praying. They're doing something, seem like every day, don't it? These are the birth pains. Just keep praying, people. Just keep praying. We're going to make it. Don't let it stress you out. I'll cover it. I'll report it. We pray, and we endure. In the mighty name of Jesus. They're doing it on purpose so they can take the whole world, not just America, because once we buckle, everybody else just going to give in. You understand what I'm saying? They're just going to collapse. That's what they want. Economically, politically, everything collapse. We've already collapsed spiritually in so many words. God bless.